Are you secretly turning away from the very mercy you crave most? You might be hiding behind a facade of good works, insisting you must earn every blessing, despite Ephesians 2:8-9 declaring, "Salvation is a gift." And this prideful self-reliance is the first shocking reason many believers secretly reject God's mercy. When you cling to the illusion of merit, you effectively slam the door on the grace poured out at the cross. A second hidden barrier is fear of vulnerability. Mercy demands confession, yet you recoil at the thought of naked honesty before God and others, warning bells sounding, because Matthew 6:14-15 reminds you that forgiveness travels both ways, and if you won't receive mercy, you risk forfeiting your right to extend it. Third, unresolved guilt whispers that you're too tainted to be forgiven, a lie that drowns out Psalm 103:8's assurance that the Lord is merciful and gracious, slow to anger, so you stay locked in condemnation rather than resting in the tender embrace of divine compassion. A fourth insight reveals itself when you realize you misunderstand mercy as a license to sin, recoiling from grace-fueled freedom. Because James 2:13 cautions that mercy triumphs over judgment, yet you shrink from the transformational power mercy unleashes on your heart. Many also harbor a hidden desire for control. Accepting mercy means surrendering your agenda to God's higher will, as Habakkuk 3:2's plea for renewal challenges you to trust His purposes beyond your plans. You secretly reject mercy to maintain your grip on life's steering wheel. You may even undervalue the sufficiency of His grace. 2 Corinthians 12:9 declares, "My grace is sufficient for you," yet you hustle for miraculous fixes rather than resting in daily mercies, blind to the gentle currents of God's provision beneath life's storms. A sixth startling element is spiritual comparison, when you measure your failures against others' successes. Mercy becomes a commodities ledger and not a lifeline, and you inadvertently treat grace like welfare you don't deserve instead of the breath you need to live. Beneath each of these hidden rejections lies the same dangerous root pride that whispers you know better than the author of mercy himself, a posture that Scripture exposes as rebellion in disguise. If you refuse to receive God's mercy, you'll default to a utilitarian faith that tallies sins and blessings in the same ledger, missing the unmerited favor that flips your world upside down. Picture Christ's arms outstretched on the cross, beckoning you to abandon your merits and fears. Yet you avert your gaze, warning yourself it's safer to keep striving. Here's the decisive challenge: will you tear down the barricades of pride, fear, and guilt, lean into the scandalous mercy of Jesus, and confess your need with raw authenticity? Or will you continue rejecting the very grace that transforms sinners into saints and leaves mercy's echo ringing hollow in your soul?